Welcome to Muddy River News this week. I'm Bob Goff. Dawn Whitcomb is my guest. She is with the Adams County Suicide Prevention Coalition, and we are talking about their upcoming event. As always, great to see you.
Thank you, Bob.
You have been at this a long, long time, and you're obviously in it for the right reasons, and not a terrible reason, but the right reasons. And it's, every time I see you and talk to you, the fact that you took this horrible moment in your life and you've done something positive with it. And I just want to say thanks on behalf of everyone.
Oh, well, it's my honor. It's the way I'm honoring my son as well, and all of those that have lost their lives to suicide. So
yeah, you want to talk a little bit about Dylan before we get into the
Sure.
nitty-gritty of the event?
Absolutely. I love talking about him. So, Dylan did die by suicide, but, I don't want people him to be known as that.
Right.
He did have a wonderful 18 years of life. And, after Dylan died, I tried to turn my pain into purpose, and hopefully that's what I've done. I joined the coalition the coalition was started in 2012. Became a member of that, and now, I co-facilitate health classes at Quincy High. We also go to Central Camp Point and do suicide awareness classes.
And since you were retired from your previous life at the Veterans Home, you've really just kind of focused in on this even more than you did before, right?
Yeah, I always, when we thought about doing the fundraisers, I always said, I don't want to do them every year,
right,
because I think sometimes with fundraisers, they get to be a little too much, and
Sure,
it is a lot of work.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, let's just do it every other year. So as far as time consuming, it is in the moment, but then we do take a break in between.
Your event, of course, is Behind the Mask, and it's coming up here pretty quickly.
Right, September 13th from 6 to 9, and it's at a new venue. At the Rathskeller, it's their beer garden.
Oh, okay.
So it's
outside then.
Yeah, well, it's kind of semi-outside.
Right.
They have 4 walls, but then the top is open.
Yeah.
So
And,
it's kind of a cool place.
Yeah, I was just there for a fantasy football draft this weekend.
Oh.
So, yeah. Okay, so and what is Behind the Mask, and what all does it entail?
Right. So our tag committee is called Behind the Mask Committee, and it comprises of Todd Shackelford, Chris Kuchar, Elisa Cameron, and then this year we have Annette Heineke, who's one of the directors at Behavioral Health at Blessing, and then of course our co-chair Barb Chapin, who works at Transitions. So we decided on Behind the Mask as our tag. Because we feel that most people who deal with mental health issues or just suicidal ideation kind of live behind a mask. They don't, there's kind of a silence to it. So yeah, we formed the committee, and we started our first event in 2017. So we're on our 5th event, I think, something like that.
But yeah, because we talked about them previously, and we haven't been around for a long time, but we've always tried to help you out.
Yes.
And get the word out about, again, this important event and about mental health in general. Because again, it seems that when here in Illinois, when you talk about the justice system, and the Safety Act was a big thing, and it seems like more people were let loose for the reasons with the no cash bail and all that stuff. But that's still, all that means is, I believe it should have put more of an emphasis on the mental health aspect of it, which has sorely been lacking in our justice system for a long, long time.
Yeah, it really has. And our mission is to provide awareness. And let those know that it's okay not to be okay, and that if you are struggling, just to reach out. And that is difficult for most people because there is a stigma behind it. And if we can just start breaking down that stigma, I think more people would reach out and not get to that point of either harming themselves or harming someone else.
Yeah, I think it's very, and again, when you're sitting there and you're feeling alone and you're feeling desperate, it's so important to have someone to talk to, an outlet, to have someone you can trust with confidentiality, and that's one of the things you guys provide.
Yes, we do provide resources. We have a wonderful website that we have. It's acsuicideprevention.org. There you can find multiple resources, not only for yourself, but parents can go and check it out. Peers can go, like teens can go and say, well, this person told me this. I'm not sure what to do with this information. So we provide those kind of resources. We've also started providing, 2 years ago we started providing stickers because it was an Illinois state statute that high schools and colleges provide resources. So we provide stickers with the 988 number to area high schools and colleges. We also have 4 bus wraps now in town, so that's a great thing. It's an immediate, you go around town and see them.
Sure. How long has the 988 number been around?
It started July of 2 years.
I was going to say, it hasn't been very long.
No, I think it was 2022 in July it came out.
Do you have any metrics to show how effective it's been?
They've had more numbers. The calls have increased
Great.
with the 988, only because it's easier to do.
Sure.
And you don't have to call. There's also, you can text too as well. I think it's 4747. Don't quote me on that, but because a lot of people, especially teenagers, they don't want to actually talk to somebody. They would prefer to text. So.
Yeah. But again, I think, when, in dealing with the kids, it's always, and again, sometimes there's signs, sometimes there's not.
Right.
It's just always about that constant communication.
Right. And I think we need to kind of not focus so much. Mental health to me is no different than physical health.
Absolutely.
If you don't have mental health, you don't have good physical health. When I don't feel good in my brain, I don't feel like going to the gym.
Right.
So, and we also need to remember that not all suicides are a mental illness. There's a lot of people who take their own lives due to a crisis or just sometimes a perfect storm that happens,
when they see no way out.
Correct. There's no hope. They just lose hope in that minute, and then they react. The other thing I want to say is that we do also provide gun locks around the area to local businesses, and you can find that on our website as well. And they're free. You can pick up a gun lock if you have weapons. And we are not we believe everybody has a right to own guns. We're just saying if you're going to have them, at least lock them up.
Yeah, and be safe, and just so you don't have that quick response. If you've got to go through the process, you're going to take that moment of reflection.
Right.
It's a good chance that you're going to take more time and go, what the hell am I doing here?
Right. And most males, statistically, do take their own lives with a weapon.
Yeah.
Most females, it can be an overdose, pills, or sometimes a hanging.
Yeah.
So, we take that extra measure and provide gun locks. So,
all right, one more time for the Behind the Mask event, time and place.
Yeah, so it's Friday, September 13th from 6 to 9 at the Rathskeller's Beer Garden, and tickets are $50. You can call Transitions at 223-0413. Ask for Lindsay Lott. Lindsay's taking care of our ticket sales. We're going to have 3 silent auctions. We're going to have a short program. And this year we're honoring veterans and shining a light on veterans and veteran suicide in that population. And then we'll also have some music, some German-style food, casual event. It's nothing fancy. You can come in jeans, whatever you want. If it's hot, wear whatever you want.
You mentioned veterans real quick.
Yeah.
I know that the new Adams County Veterans Committee that commission that Paul Havermail heads up. They've been doing some great work, and I think some of this kind of falls into that category as well. As that's another place where veterans can go if they're having those sort of thoughts and issues.
Yes, yeah, you can go see Paul. He's located there in the
East Lake Center.
Yeah, in the East Lake Center. The Together with Tri-State Veterans, I'm a part of that as well. And that's another organization that is really getting out there and promoting veterans and veteran suicide awareness.
All right, Dawn, great to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks, Bob.
All right, that's all the time we have for now. I'm Bob Goff. Have a great week.